Coronation Street spoilers reveal that villain Jodie Ramsey has been largely focused on breaking apart David and Shona Platt's relationship. However, she hasn't stopped there. She's also stirred up trouble across Weatherfield, including stealing a rare book from Brian Packham and ruining Bernie Winter-Allahan's wedding photo. In the latest episode, Jodie shifts her focus to a new target, fan favorite Lisa Swain. During the episode, Jodie talks about her ambition to eventually work for herself, and Carla offers some gentle support, telling her that anything is possible. Soon after, Lisa arrives and asks for a coffee, leaving Jodie visibly uneasy as she heads off to prepare it. Carla then shares the news that Lisa's divorce has been finalized, and the pair decide to celebrate with breakfast at Roy's, asking Jodie to forget about the coffee. Once they leave, Jodie takes the opportunity to rummage through Lisa's folder and secretly takes her police badge. Later, Lisa says sorry to Jodie for snapping at her earlier about the coffee, explaining that she'd had a difficult night. Jodie momentarily thinks about returning the badge, but ultimately chooses to keep it and walks away with it. Now the question remains, has Jodie made a dangerous mistake by stealing from a detective who trusts her enough to leave her alone in the house? Or will she find a way to shift the blame onto someone else? Coronation Street spoiler episode brings even more tension and drama to Weatherfield as several storylines begin to intensify. Realizing that they desperately need the video evidence stored on Theo's tablet to support Todd's case, Sarah decides to take a risky step. She quietly approaches Theo's van, carefully opens the door, and starts searching through his holdall. After a tense moment, she finally spots a tablet and reaches out to take it, but her actions could end up causing even bigger problems than she expects. Meanwhile, Debbie calls Carl over to her flat, determined to get some answers. She questions him once again about Summer's serious accusation that he tried to blackmail her in exchange for information about Billy's death. Carl admits that he overheard someone confessing to the murder, but refuses to reveal the identity of the person involved. This only fuels Debbie's anger, leaving her utterly disgusted, and she orders him to leave immediately. Left alone, Debbie appears distant and emotionally overwhelmed, staring blankly into space. Ryan quickly notices something is wrong and becomes worried as he realizes she may be experiencing another episode. Concerned, he later confides in Ronnie, explaining how the heated argument with Carl seems to have triggered her condition again. The big question now is, how will Ronnie respond to this troubling situation? Elsewhere, over at the Rovers, Maggie shares her plans to host a friendly coffee morning and mentions that she has already invited a group of her friends. However, Eva quickly shuts the idea down, explaining that she has already organized a relaxing pamper session for Susie and her friends at the same time. When Ben supports Eva's decision, Maggie feels deeply hurt and sidelined, clearly upset that her efforts have been dismissed so easily. At the same time, Lisa continues her frustrating search for her missing police badge. After failing once again to locate it, she reluctantly heads off to work, unaware of what has really happened to it. Finally, at number 8, David is seen having a warm phone conversation with Gail, wishing her a happy birthday. During their chat, he mentions that Lily has been asking for a new tablet, but admits that they simply cannot afford to buy one right now. Unbeknownst to him, Jodie overhears this conversation, and her sudden interest suggests that she may already be plotting something new. As the episode progresses, tensions across Weatherfield continue to build, with each storyline edging closer to a major turning point. Sarah's risky decision could have serious consequences if she's caught, while Debbie's fragile condition raises concerns about how much more she can handle. At the same time, Jodie's growing interest in David's situation hints that another scheme may already be in motion. With secrets, lies, and emotional struggles colliding, the stage is set for dramatic twists that could change everything for the residents involved. Coronation Street delivers another emotional and intense storyline as Debbie finds herself hurt just as the shocking truth about Carl begins to surface. For much of 2026, Debbie has been locked behind bars for an offense she never actually committed. Following the dramatic events of the Corriedale incident earlier in the year, she chose to take the blame for her son Carl Webster, who had been driving under the influence when he crashed his car. That devastating accident not only changed multiple lives, but also played a key role in the tragic death of Billy Mayhew. Thankfully, Debbie's recent appeal proved successful, leading to her release and return to Weatherfield. However, adjusting back to normal life hasn't been easy. She has been trying to regain control of things at her hotel, but everything feels more challenging than before. During her time in prison, Debbie's dementia has worsened significantly. As a result, the sharp, bold, and quick-thinking personality she was once known for is gradually slipping away, leaving her more vulnerable and confused in everyday situations. In a recent episode, Debbie attempted to take charge of a group of women preparing for a wedding at the hotel. What she believed were harmless jokes quickly turned into uncomfortable moments as her comments came across as offensive to the bride. Completely unaware that her words were upsetting others, Debbie continued, thinking she was simply being playful. In the latest scenes, Debbie is once again at the hotel, where tensions begin to rise. Sitting nearby are Summer Spellman and Amy Barlow, who are waiting to meet Nina Lucas and Asha Alahan for drinks. The atmosphere changes the moment Summer notices Debbie as she immediately approaches her, determined to uncover the truth about the night Billy died. Driven by suspicion, Summer directly questions Debbie, asking if she was really the one driving during the Corriedale crash or if she had been protecting someone else. Debbie's nervous reaction, combined with her sudden attempt to walk away when Carl's name is mentioned, gives Summer all the confirmation she needs. Just then, Ryan Connor arrives carrying hot food from the kitchen, but in a moment of confusion and distress, Debbie grabs the hot plates from him. Although she clearly feels the burning heat, there's a worrying delay before she lets go, resulting in her being injured. Carl soon rushes in to help his mother, quickly shutting down any accusations from Summer about his involvement in the crash. Later, back at the flat, Carl admits to Debbie that Summer now knows the truth, but insists that he will handle the situation himself. In upcoming scenes, Carl takes things even further by approaching Summer with a shocking proposition. He claims to have vital information about what really happened to Billy, but makes it clear that he won't reveal anything unless he gets something in return. Debbie is left horrified when she discovers that Carl is demanding Billy's life insurance money in exchange for the truth. The sheer cruelty and greed behind his actions deeply shock her. The emotional strain caused by this confrontation with her own son becomes too much for Debbie to handle. Overwhelmed and distressed, she suffers yet another episode, highlighting just how fragile her condition has become as the drama continues to unfold. Coronation Street airs on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 p.m. on ITV1 and streams on ITVX.